last fucking attempt at this. If it doesn't fucking work this time, I'm not doing it.
Canada Center, the Raptors looking to please their fans in this Eastern Conference matchup. Let's check out Indiana.
All right, we're over to the Rosen.
George is out there with Allen.
There's Carroll.
And there's Hill, and it's Hill in at the point guard position. That's good.
All right, good job, DeRozan. Good job.
Force and offense once again. That was very clearly a strength of the team last year, Greg.
Yeah, and Toronto has a lot of guys that can hurt you in a variety of ways. They can score in the half court, but are really
in the league. And first, they made over 78% of their foul shots.
Now here's George. Allen with the screen for
get to the line. That free throw percentage of the Raptors had them as the 6th best offense in terms of true shooting last season.
And Damari Carroll is going to pick up a foul.
I didn't want to do that.
Here's Hill. Hits the target from 18 feet.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
For Toronto, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Moments ago, our Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with the coach, Frank Vogel. Doris?
He told me there aren't many big men with the mobility and length of Jonas Valanciunas, and that he's a player they'll really have to account for, saying, quote, JV's still developing his skill set, but there just aren't that many people in the world of his size. And you factor in his motor, he can really impact the game. Guys, we'll see how they try to deal with him.
Thank you, Doris. Now Hill, following the miss by Kyle Lowry from deep. And George, here we go.
I love the ball movement there.
Damn, I shouldn't have tried to pop that three.
Just served him up.
And the Raptors with possession. Here's Lowry. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. And there's Paul George on the assist from Monte Ellis. George has got
oh my God.
George has gone 50% so far. 2 of 4 shooting. Everyone understands the importance of Paul George to the ball club. That's why taking his offensive game to the next level would be so beneficial.
Yeah, he has all the physical tools, the instincts, and obviously he has made those strides. But if he wants to become a top 5 guy, he's still got a little bit of work to do in terms of his game.
Here's Hill. Score the basket.
Dude, jump! Fucking block!
And laid it in. Great play.
You literally just let him score that.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
George against Carroll. Up top, Valanciunas. 6 to shoot. And the pass to DeRozan. They need this. And that is good.
Finally.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Ellis goes in, and it's blocked by DeRozan. And he's able to get it back. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. This, of course, their first chance to take a look at this year's Toronto squad.
Yeah, and these teams pretty familiar with one another. They'll face off 4 times this year.
And, you know, Greg, both would love to get the upper hand early. This game, to me, is psychological as much as anything. I mean, a win here provides that edge you're looking for.
Now, here's George. And a miss there on the triple.
You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle.
Oh my God, Lowry, why do you keep missing?
Pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
Oh, fucking course. Oh, fucking course.
George has got 7 points in the game.
Boy, they've gone this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary.
Bam, let's keep it in. Keep it up. Keep it up.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
As for those dry spells you mentioned about the Pacers, GA, they had a number of long losing streaks last season.
Yeah, as a team, they had 4 different losing streaks of 6 or more games, and they got hot.
Finally, Lowry. Freaking crap, man.
Too late compared to their losing streaks earlier in the year.
Double up.
Here's Hill. After screen by Scola, Lowry passes to DeRozan. Lets it fly.
Ah, shit.
And DeMar DeRozan, star for this Toronto Raptors team, he said he wants to bring them back.
A lot of people never really pay no attention to the Raptors. They just look at the Raptors like another team, you know. So when I came, you know, I just wanted to bring that feeling back and the excitement that everybody had for the Raptors.
Let's face it, it's never easy for Toronto to get the attention that Clark, the U.S. teams get. That's just a fact of life that even Vince Carter, at his best, couldn't change.
And, you know, I don't even know if winning a championship would change that. Quite honestly, even if DeMar won the MVP. Just saying.
Yes. Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And from what we've seen so far from the Raptors, guys, your thoughts?
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down the triple.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Patrick Patterson is out there with DeRozan. And there's Bismack
Double coverage.
And it's Joseph.
You're really just going to fucking let him pop those.
You know,
Why?
He was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
What the fuck is going on, Toronto?
Makes it off the glass.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Raptors trail by 4. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time.
Take a breather.
Off the basket so far.
And Patterson kicks to Joseph. And again, Toronto.
That was dead fucking center of the thing.
In the second quarter. And it's Hill. That time the assist by Stuckey. Hill's got his first basket.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Now here's DeRozan. He's got 11. Nice open look, but it's no good.
Fucking why the hell?
To get that one off.
Hill kicks to Mahinmi. On the wing, Stuckey. That is good. And it's an 8-point Indiana lead.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive. And it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Here's Hill.
Why the fuck did Indiana just call a timeout?
Timeout called the Pacers. Well, last year Toronto won their division and got bounced out in the first round. Same result, Clark, they had back in 2014.
Yeah, but you know, despite that sameness, they were an improved team last season, Kevin. They did a lot of better and more cohesive as a group.
And as you mentioned, the Raptors did improve last season. I mean, they cut back on their turnovers a lot. They were top 3 in the league in terms of taking care of the basketball.
James Johnson's checked in for Toronto. Now here's Stuckey. He has 6. Misses from short range.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you blow them. Looking here at some numbers for Joseph. Last season's performance for him. He put up about 6 points per game, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And those numbers solid, not spectacular. And sometimes what you see is what you get.
He certainly knows his role, and he gives you some good minutes. That's really all you can expect from him at this point.
All right, got it within 4. All right.
As you said, the Raptors took care of the ball a lot better and as a result had more assists. They also cut back on their fouls, and that was helpful. Little things like that made them much more competitive as a team and helped lead them to those 49 wins.
And once again off the mark by Indiana. Raptors trail by 4. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson. And it's 6 points for Joseph.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Allen's shot is off.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Ross dishes to Biyombo. Patterson against Allen. Patterson passes to Johnson. And again, it's Toronto converting.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific.
Tied back up. Let's go.
Pacers have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. At the top of the key, Stuckey. It's back to Hill. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Toronto's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. For 3, Ross. No good. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. Terrence Ross, an explosive young player who can really put on a show. Clark jaw-dropping, highlight reel dunks on his special.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Tremendous athlete, great bounce and elevation and creativity. Won the slam dunk contest.
Oh, alley-oop.
Eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And guys, anytime it's real tight, you're looking for something that could be potentially a momentum builder, and that's exactly what that play looks to be.
He kicks to Joseph. It's stolen.
That was a bad pass.
Hill, the fast break out for
How about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for him.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
And the highlight reel replay.
I need to stop going for fucking threes.
Kia Slam Cam.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Give me that running lane, bitch.
Really come to life here after a slow
All
start.
right, let's see if we can get this game tied up before halftime.
Stuckey up top. He's guarded by Ross. And the foul called on Terrence Ross. That is his first foul of the game. We've got 13 seconds left in the second quarter. Outside, George. The dish to Mahinmi. Stuckey outside. This is his first chance at the line tonight. Free throw, good. Stuckey. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And it's going to be out of
Wow.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
George, that's a two-pointer, and it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
My goodness, how about the degree of difficulty on that shot?
When you're hot, and he is absolutely scorching.
And the first half is now in the books. Pacers lead by 6. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
What?
Hey, Kevin. Well, Coach Casey, obviously it's early in the season, but how would you say this team is shaping up in terms of its chemistry and personnel-wise?
I love our guys. We have a great group of young men that are competing hard, and it feels good because I know our guys are totally engaged and focused and giving us what they have.
Coach, thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
I don't know where the fuck they got put.
It's the
I handed them to you earlier. Because they're not down here.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as the first game of the regular season.
No, I handed them to you because you were watching your anime earlier when I was trying to talk to Shadow in Party Chat.
And 1 block. And Kenny, what'd you think about what we saw from Indiana?
Well, they're playing some unselfish basketball here tonight, Ernie. Guys aren't trying to take the defense 1-on-5. They're moving the basketball and finding the open man. And then, of course, the open man is finishing. So no problem here tonight.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
They're giving up way too many good looks. You want to keep your opponent under 50% shooting? They have not done that. What's the solution? Maybe more ball pressure, more physicality down low. Whatever it is, Ernie, they need to figure it out.
That's going to do it for now.
Finally, Taylor.
Just about.
You finally got it. Just in time to see me suck, because I'm down by 6 right now.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
Paul George just hasn't slowed down. He's got 11 points, and he's also got 1 block to add to the mix today.
Yeah, and that's just a small part of what we've seen, but it's been a solid contribution defensively.
And so in the game,
that's all right. That's all right.
They've got Paul George, Lavoy Allen out there with Hill. Then it's George Hill, and it's Ellis, and at the shooting guard position.
We just got to D up a little better, that's
Hill
all.
Against Lowry. Hill kicks to George. He dishes it to Hill. A shot's good.
Of course you blow your fucking coverage.
Hill's got the lead up to 8 now for the Pacers.
I was talking to Jeffrey, Taylor. Who the fuck else would I be talking to?
James template, you might go with PG, Paul George. Height, length, athleticism, that combination off the charts with him. And he's got a nice unflappable demeanor, too.
Here's George. After the made shot from Jonas Valanciunas, Hill kicks to George. And it is flushed down.
That was my fault.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing.
Way too far out.
And it's DeRozan missing.
I didn't want you to fucking jump backwards. I wanted you to fucking fade the shot. You stupid ass.
He's really the quiet assassin.
Yeah, once he maxes out in the
Shut up, Taylor. You don't see shit.
weight room, which he will. Now that he's in his mid-20s, he's looking in a prototype at the small forward.
And Toronto has possession, trailing by 10. They'll be off to Boston for a meeting with the Celtics after this one. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Lowry from outside, and good on the basket. Book it. Lowry's got 5 now.
That was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, might as well make those adjustments right away.
All right, we're not out of this yet.
7. And George, here we go. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. DeRozan leading the charge.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
For Indiana, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. Pick up by Hill. And Luis go against the whistle that time.
What the fuck?
Strongest ever, and you mentioned 4th in points allowed.
Bam.
In terms of their opponents.
Only down by 3.
An opponent field goal percentage.
We ain't out of this yet, guys.
The Pacers, a lot of their success on defense comes from protecting the rim and controlling the boards. They were top 5 in the NBA in rebounds per game. They know that hitting the boards is a big part of being a good defensive team.
Oh, coming off that steal, coming off that steal.
Running it up the middle. The offensive rebound. Carroll kicks to Patterson. Outside DeRozan. That's in for his 5th make of the night.
Yes.
A 50% clip. 5%.
Down by 1. Down by 1. Let's go. Let's go.
Desperately, and boy, did they come up big.
And you know, it wasn't just about getting hot offensively.
Something just popped up.
They've been stellar
Oh,
as well.
shit. What popped up? Taylor.
Oh, he can really fly. And you combine that, Clark, with some of the nice penetration, too, and you've got an easy 2 points.
And able to just play well above the
tie game.
That makes this guy so dangerous when he's in the game. And that's good stuff from him. Nice touch.
Ellis dishes to Stuckey. The feed now to Allen. There's the killer 2-handed slam.
Went for the 2-hander on that slam. That's where the weight.
Taylor, I have Wi-Fi turned off on my phone.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Good. Lowry's got the game tied up here for the Raptors. What about Kyle Lowry on offense? The last 2 seasons, he's been absolutely dominant, Clark.
Yeah, he's developed enough as a point guard now to where he really knows how to direct and lead his team. He's not just a catalyst anymore.
Good
he's
foul.
a leader, and that's the big difference I see with him.
No, don't send it to Jeffrey. Jeffrey's trying to sleep.
You know, in talking about Lowry, you see his shooting percentages didn't change much, but his output sure did. I mean, averaging 17 points and 7 assists a game the past 2 seasons. He also converted more threes. I mean, there's very little he can't do on the offensive end.
Now here's Ross, and another basket for Toronto.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
No question about it. I mean, these teams are really battling hard now.
George against Carroll. Stuckey passes to Ellis. Stuckey setting the pick for Ellis. 5 on the clock. And George, here we go. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
You know, getting back to Lowry, I really admire his aggressiveness. On the break in the half-court set, doesn't really matter. He's really the guy who makes it happen for his team. And he's a potent straw stirring that drink.
James Johnson's checked in for Patterson.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
Shit.
Ellis can't get it to go. Toronto's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. And it's sent back by George. Stuckey kicks to Ellis. Hill, a screen on Lowry. Ellis with it. Lowry picks him up. And Damari Carroll is going to pick up a foul. For Indiana, they haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5.
Paul George. 2 shots.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots.
All right, 2 shots. 2 shots. I fucking get it.
The Pacers making a switch here. So he can't get either to fall. Now Lowry, 10 points for him. Got it up. An amazing shot, just barely.
Bam.
That is as big a shot as you are ever going to see.
And guys, he wanted it. He desperately was begging for that ball and was dying to take that shot.
Oh, that just means that the live stream is temporarily down, Taylor. It's fine. Did it disappear?
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the 4th quarter. A terrific game so far. Raptors leading by 3. Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem. Scola out there with Damari Carroll. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5 down low. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
The shot quality is very good here, and they're making most of them this half.
Yeah, converting at a really high level. The field goal percentage continues to creep upward.
Now here's Ellis.
No, of course
It's
it didn't.
Back to Hill. Shot clock at 6. And the rejection by Valanciunas. And the basket by Hill.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right.
But apparently there's still audio.
We're on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Here's DeRozan. The 3. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And you know what? He's got a new BFF. It's the triple.
And it has been his BFF today anyway. Most of his points have been courtesy of the deep ball.
Now here is Hill. Now the feed to Mahinmi. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when
All right, Taylor. Just let me know if anything changes. Ooh.
It's a tight ball
Okay.
game like this.
Nice.
He's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
During that break, Dwayne Casey had some words for his team. He gave his guys the green light to keep firing from downtown, telling them, listen, I like the work you're doing out there. Keep finding those gaps on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots.
Allen's checked in for Indiana. Solomon Hill comes in for C.J. Miles. And so it's Indiana with it after Toronto got the three-pointer. It's back to Hill. Wants to get it to Hill and does. DeMar DeRozan grabs the board.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face.
Nice, nice, nice.
A finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend.
Bam.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those balls.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
All right, guys. We came back. The Dinosaurs are in the lead.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. And what you have to like out of Valanciunas last season, improved efficiency. The game really, Clark, seemed to slow down for him.
Yeah, he entered the league a little green. I mean, would make a lot of mistakes, but had excellent tools. So with enthusiasm and hard work, you knew it was just a matter of time with him.
And Indiana making a change here. George is checked in. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't
look, there was the little dino.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
I was able to listen in on what Frank Vogel had to say to his team. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through Paul George. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. Likely the final major changes to their game plan as they try to make a late comeback here in the fourth. Kevin, back to you.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Three-pointer, Lowry, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
Well, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
Pacers trail by 18. Poke loose. There's a screen. Drops in the breakaway layup. Lowry's got 5 points now this quarter. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Raptors?
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Hill. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. 6 points for Hill.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Raptors.
Tonight they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That certainly was their main meal, their bread and butter, if you will.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
Your hope is to take charge of the season series by winning that first game. This will put them up 1-0 with 3 games still left to play this year against the Pacers.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for DeMar DeRozan. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised. And guys, no doubt George Hill had it rough last season. He missed the first 28 games with that left knee injury, came back for 5, then missed another 11 games before his season got going. But you know what? He had one of his most productive years from that point on.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. Here's Joseph. He's guarded by Hill. Johnson dishes to Patterson. And again, Toronto with the triple.
That was a dead perfect shot.
Getting back to George Hill, what a second half of the season he had. He tore up several key categories, Clark.
Yeah, he was bogged down by injuries early in the season. Came back to average career highs in points, rebounds, and assists. Partly because he was finally treated and looked to as a go-to guy, and he thrived in that role.
Miles, that's good.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside, and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
Well, for the Raptors, they can just run out the clock, and the call will be against George Hill. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
15 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Patterson passes to Joseph.
Screen. I need a screen. Screen, screen, screen.
From deep. Good.
That one will seal the deal there. They've exploded here at the end.
Boy, I love the serious killer instinct they've shown. Finishing strong.
And we start the season at 1-0. Damn fine game right there. Oh, I was talking about the game today.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, DeMar DeRozan. He just put it completely out of reach in the fourth quarter. It was as if he was saying, okay, enough fooling around. I'm taking over now.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
Well, DeRozan is capable of just going off on any night. You know, his leadership, though, whew, that sets him apart right there. DeMar leads by example, and his team feeds off that good energy.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
Let's take a look at this box score. Yeah, it was a tie game at the end of the first. Then it was the Pacers up 31-25 at the end of halftime. Third quarter was a lot of back and forth, but we managed to take 2-point lead. And then from there, we just dominated and kept the lead going. Patterson dropped in a 3. Corey Joseph. Lowry and DeRozan. But that seals it up. Game 1 in the books. As a first-time general manager for the Toronto Raptors, what are your expectations for the team? I just want to see continuous improvement, both on my end and with the team. This is a long process, and there are never any guarantees in life or in the NBA. All right, nice. That boosted trust with William Morgan, the owner, which is what I want, because if I can keep the owner trusting me, well, yeah, Taylor, I know that. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Okay, School is our main power forward, so let's try to give up Patterson for. Okay, let's try to get Holmes and try to get that pick. All right, they're not interested. They're not interested. That's fine. All right, we'll try Johnny O'Brien and a pick. No, because they would be over the salary cap. Ooh, okay, that ain't gonna work. Try to get. No, that ain't gonna work either. See, who do we got available in a free agency? I'm looking for young guys. 69, that ain't too bad. 24 with a 70 for point guard. However, Eric, it's important in games. You should make sure we have the right strategies for the Boston Celtics. I think what we've been doing will be fine for the Celtics. Okay, I hope it's fine. It will be. Don't worry there, Mr. Coach. Alright, let's see. Ooh, under my untouchables, I'm going to put Kyle Lowry, DeRozan. Carroll ain't going anywhere. Let's see. Trade block. Let's put Patrick Patterson on the trade block and target list. Who do we want to target for possible future trades? Let's see. Ooh, Bradley Beal would be a nice shooting guard to have as a backup. Derrick Rose would be an awesome addition. Dwayne Wade. Kemba Walker wouldn't be bad either. Oh, Gordon Hayward. He's definitely a target. I'm really looking for Gordon Hayward. Right, as you can see, the Cavs are currently in the lead at 2-0. Then it's the Bucks, 76ers, our Raptors, the Wizards, and the Hornets all at 1-0. The Knicks and Hawks are at 1-1 to start the season. So not too bad, not too bad. But I think I'm going to cut this episode here. We did get game 1 down and in the books. Tomorrow, I'm going to try to live stream again. We'll see if we can get maybe game 2 and 3 in. I mean, I'd like to. So we'll see about taking on the Celtics and the Bucks. And depending on where we're at after those two, I might try to squeeze in the Mavericks game. I think that would be a pretty standard pretty standard episode if we can get 2 or 3 games in. Maybe move some trades around, see where we stand. But it's all on you guys, so let me know in the comments if you want to see certain players that you want me to go for or anything like that. Let me know down below. But I think that does it for this episode. Love you guys. Thank you for all the support you guys have shown me. And I will see all you guys later. Bye.